Hey guys, welcome back to Unstable.
Episode 19. Kane's event, but is it too late to talk about that? It's kind of old. No one's talking about that anymore.
No, but there was just a recent trip to Cane's. So
Wait, what's Kane's?
The Cane's event.
Yeah, but what do you mean a recent trip?
To Cane's. There was a recent trip.
Wait, Kane's is a place?
It's in Paris, Brie. The thing is, it's funny because you'll always call me dumb, but then you always do shit like this. And you
I
don't
thought it was
know.
like a fashion event.
Yeah, it's a fashion show in Paris, but it's like the Cane's show because it's a different city. So it's in.
So they have multiple.
Yeah, they have like a different fashion show there. I guess that was happening like this last week or this last weekend. But there was a Cane's show or something like while I was on my trip. Well, me and Brie were together, and that one is what we were seeing clips from.
No, because
that
why
one
were
was
they
very
so
like that
rude?
was wild. That was wild. I was literally telling it to my mom when I was on this trip with her because I was like, because we were talking about how like it's just known that like France is a very like racist country, and it's even to like white tourists too that will come. Like it's just people who are not French. They just don't like anyone who's not French. But we were talking about that, and I was like, there was a show, and the security guard there was literally so disrespectful to any woman who was not French or like basic white, I guess. Because it was the Asian women, it was the Hispanic women, it was black women, it was literally anybody.
Yeah, it was every
It was
POC.
literally anybody else. Anybody else.
And it was the same security guard.
Doing it every time. And it was the first clip of her just standing so like proper and like letting the women take their photos and then everyone else grabbing them, rushing them off the stage.
No,
like,
because
what?
That's what messed me up. It's like, at first I was like, okay, I get it. At first I was like, okay, let me try to give the benefit of the doubt because it said the rules were no photos on the steps. But then that they were allowing it for the people they wanted to.
Yeah, she didn't care about them.
Yeah, right. That were white, like basic white looking. Like, that's sus.
It just didn't make sense because it was also the fact that it was, why are you putting your hands on them? Like, why are you so aggressively pushing them out of this way? Like, they're still celebrities. They're still invited. They're invited guests.
They heard you.
You're a worker.
I'm sure they heard you. Like, you don't have to, like...
Don't workers get fired for that?
I hope she got fired. I hope she got fired.
I feel like in France she wouldn't have.
Who was the one that pushed her? Because good for her.
Yeah, I don't remember which. I don't remember.
I don't remember the names. I know one lady started yelling at her and scolding at her.
No, a lot of the women were just talking
back. And then one just said...
A lot of women were talking back, and I was glad. I was glad that they weren't letting her, like, push them and, like, they just walked in. Like
the one girl that was Asian, that there was a video of her trending too, and she was pushing. She didn't say anything. She gave a look. She was confused, like, what's going on? Like, why?
Like, usually you don't see the security, like, manhandling you that way at an event where you're supposed to be taking pictures and stuff like that.
It's like, obviously there's going to be pictures. Like, what do you... And it's just, like, one shot of the girl. Like,
there's
the
also
main girl,
paparazzi out there.
Yeah.
Like, what did you expect? Like, they're there.
It makes no sense.
Like, they're going to turn back when they're being, like, chanted their name.
Like, your job's not that serious. Come on now. Like, you really don't need... Like, come on. Seriously.
You really care. The thing is, it's hatred. It's hatred. It's really... It's jealousy and hatred.
Yeah,
it's like jealousy that like, why am I standing here and she gets to be up there?
Old scraggly woman.
No, it's literally so
and you know what? And she got what she probably wanted. She got the attention. Her face and her on the headlines.
But it's like do you want that bad attention? Like people really don't care what kind of attention they get. That they don't mind if it's like bad and they're like they're looked at in such a poor way. They don't care.
A lot of people don't care. That's what people do for clout. Like I mean, it happens now on TikTok too. Like
who? You gotta say
I'm just thinking about the cat thing. The Reagan 777 the cat. Bro.
Because you don't even like really follow. But you don't really follow Reagan
since forever.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
No, because I remember I was talking. No, I know, but I remember I was talking about Katie. You were like, you didn't know who we were talking about. I thought.
Maybe I didn't know that you guys were talking about her.
Yeah. But yeah, about her. But I thought you didn't know who. Like I thought you didn't follow her or whatever.
But I mean. I'm like, I don't.
No, I think that whole situation was very much wild.
And we're cat people, and you know me, like I'm a huge cat person.
Don't know. Get it. But if people who don't know, let's explain it, because like not everyone might know what's going on.
It's a lot.
The thing is, I don't know all of it, so it's like.
Yeah, no, I know all of it, but it's a lot.
Okay, you have to explain it. You can't we can't not explain it.
Yeah, so basically, Reagan, part of the Go House. I didn't even know there was a Go House. I didn't know about all that.
I just knew Reagan
as a TikToker because she just like danced and did cute stuff.
Transitions, like she had really good transitions.
Back in quarantine times. But yeah, I guess there was like a whole house or whatever started with a podcast that got like not leaked, but it came up again from
years
years
ago
of like, and the Antonio girl, and was on it and said something. Oh, I heard about this girl that she killed her cat.
She lived in an influencer house and she killed her cat.
Yeah. So obviously people like put two and two together. They're like, oh, they're talking about Reagan, and then everybody started going like to Reagan, like, oh my gosh, and then, and this is 3 years ago.
It was wild about that boy. That boy's story is wild. That boy who took her cat.
He's the one,
said he went to go get it medical attention and it died in his care.
In his care, like,
what are you talking about? Like, that's a wild. That's a
I
wild.
agree. And
story.
like, you have to like fully educate yourself on it to like, because it sounds wild. It's like, oh, like this girl's you're defending a girl that neglected her cat. Like, I personally don't think she neglected her cat. Like, the cat was originally sick. Like, it was a sick cat.
She didn't know when she
didn't know that there was what specific underlying conditions there was. And yes, at the end of the day, I agree that Reagan could have done on more on her part to like consistently like figure that out. Mm-hmm. But she didn't know. And the cat, when she got the cat, looked the same way when the cat ran away. You know what I mean? Like, her hair wasn't matted. That wasn't the case at all that the guys was saying. And it was weird because sometimes her cat would get a little bit sick, but like she was fine, like, and she was happy with Reagan. Yeah. But the fact, like, if I found out, and it's the way that the cat died in his
and you didn't tell her that you took her. Like, you just let her think that she was gone, like, that the cat was gone. Out. It's kind of wild.
And the thing is, the only sickly cat photos I see
was when she was with him.
Was when the cat was with him. So what did you? And then I just was binging it last night. I mean, I didn't watch like the actual podcast video, but like I watched clippets of it on TikTok that were like 30 minutes long. And it was of the podcast with, I think his name is Ethan. It was like the H3 podcast or something. He used to do Frenemies with Trisha.
Oh, yeah, I know who you're
Ethan
talking
something. Yeah. He gets down on business when he talks about it. Like, it's very, like, he just brings all the facts.
He's very, like news-like with it. Very just, like, shouting it out. Just, like, no heart behind it. Just, like, stating the facts.
He just states the fact. It's literally like the news. And that white boy that took the cat.
Oh, yeah,
is just saying all these things, like, he like hopped on while they were filming and like trying to like, and like they're just asking him, Ethan and like his wife are just asking him questions, and he's just like and he was like, no, I didn't have any relationship with Reagan, but like then they found proof that like he did, like, people think now that it's like, oh, you were just jealous of her because she rejected you and didn't want to be with you. And the thing is, it's like you guys are bringing this all up now after she just blew, like, it was peaking right now.
Yeah.
Like, she was like lots of like new things.
She's posting videos. A lot.
Yeah, like really it's active. A lot. And so, and it's just like, and they're all like, who the hell are they? I'm sorry, I don't know who the hell he is. I don't know who he is. So it's just like, it's grimy. Like,
no, to be fair, all those side characters that have talked about it, never seen them before.
Yeah,
never seen them before on my
like,
For You page.
I seen the Haley girl and the Antonio girl.
I saw the other people that were in the podcast, but not the girl who talked, who said that story. I've seen everyone else. Was that her name?
Yeah, okay. You have seen her. She was trending a lot in quarantine time. Like, they were all popping off around that time.
Because I've seen everyone else in that podcast. Like,
same era of like a Vonnie Clown era. Yeah, it's all that.
I don't remember. But
yeah, and it's just like now every time they post a video, it's just like, oh, you sound like little children, immature children. Like, you don't. And like Reagan, like I said, like no one's defending her and like that she could have done more for her cat. Yeah. But I don't think that she like full on neglected and starved this cat.
No,
bro.
I don't.
Like,
I don't think she killed her cat. Like, it's the way they said that.
There's nothing pointing to that happened. Do you know what I mean? And they're just like saying all these things, and it's just like, and she said her piece. And she ate them all up.
Bro, it's the fact, like, I really love when people will go on these, like, long tangents and they'll, like, think they're coming out with the story and, like, their side, and they think they're going to be so right. And then it's like...
You look stupid.
You look so dumb. Do you not understand how that sounds? That you kidnapped her cat.
Yeah.
And then their cat died with you?
Right.
Like, that is, like, you're proud to come out. Like, that sounds crazy. That actually sounds like you killed her cat.
No, it just sounds really weird. And it's like, and it's the fact that they made all videos with her afterwards and like all
never said anything
friend, never said anything,
if you thought
acted
she was
nice to her face. Like, right, if you thought someone was
neglecting
abusing their cat
and killed him,
right?
Why are you hanging out with them?
It makes no sense. It makes no sense to me at all. And it's honestly just sad because also Reagan's probably just like grieving this whole process again because she never knew what actually happened. Like this whole time she thought like, you know
right away.
Like that's sick. And especially for you guys to be like all smiley in her face afterwards for years. Weird.
She's handling this better than I would. I would raise hell.
No, the last video she posted about it, she was like, you can tell by the way she was talking, like, you know when you're really angry that you kind of like tear up a little, like she was spitting like facts, like she was eating them up, you know, like with this is what it is, and she took accountability, like, you know what I mean? And it's like, but you could tell like she was pissed. Of course. Like she was angry.
I'd be pissed.
And like heartbroken at the same time. It's just like, and it's so funny though, the amount of videos there is about it.
Bro, you know, people
it's so crazy. It's so crazy.
Because there's always a few, like, sections of, like, TikTok drama. And it's, like, it depends, like, who you follow, what you watch. You know, you see different drama and you see different people. It's, like, I'm in, like, kind of stopped watching Reagan's videos the last few months. So it's, like, I don't see all of the drama. I see, like, parts of it. So it's, like, I didn't watch her video, but, like, I saw it when it happened, like, all the stuff. But it's, like, I'm more on, like, the side of TikTok where I'm seeing the Kayla girl drama. And I tell you that. I keep you in the loop because, like, Brie doesn't see any of it.
I stopped seeing her.
Were you seeing her?
Yeah, before you, like, would tell me about it, I would see her all the time.
Yeah. Because she was doing, like, she was, like, really preaching and advocating and, like, really being an activist on social media. So, like, there was a point.
The Kayla girl?
Yeah. There was a point.
This is not the makeup Kayla girl, by the way.
Oh, yeah. No. This is the, I don't know her last...
Not the
Is
Kayla with
Kayla
the bad
Jade?
makeup.
I really want to say her last name is Jade. I really want to say that. It was the girl, if you'll know, she dated Spencer. She had that whole pregnancy scandal. Like, if you watched it, you knew, you know. You know what I'm talking about then. But you know her whole scandal. It's the fact that, like, after she got pregnant, after this recent breakup with Summer, she got pregnant by a minor, lied, didn't tell anyone.
No, because I remember you told me that she got pregnant, but you didn't mention. Then the minor part came out way after.
We all found out he's a minor, and then she's trying to boo-hoo cry and be like, I didn't know he was a minor, blah, blah, blah. Babe. And then, guess what?
What happened?
She's posted up at the baby shower, new man. Just like hopping around, and it's just like, and the internet is not taking it. They're not taking it with like, oh, poor mommy over here. They're taking it like, you're the problem, babe. Like, you just keep bouncing around. There's always a problem. And it's giving that it's you. Like, you keep getting these relationships, and each time there's a situation, there's an issue, there's a scandal.
I can't believe it's real. I feel like, because
I don't know.
Who is she without this stuff? Who is she without all this drama?
Yeah, but it's like,
no one's gonna watch her.
But I truly believe some people just have these drama-filled lives, and they are just constantly getting themselves into trouble like this. I truly do believe some people just have these kind of lives, and they're
that's true, but
causing havoc.
But like, okay, that's a perfect example of some people that just, even if it's bad, they still, because it's clout,
they don't want to shut it down, or like distance themselves from all of that. Like, if that was happening to me, I'd be so far removed from the internet, like, you would not find me.
Oh no, I wouldn't have ever put that on there.
Oh my god, oh my god. And it's like, but I'm also the person who's like, when there's a couple on TikTok and they break up, like, you have to tell us, because it's like, you were the one that put your relationship out there. Yeah, like, now you gotta tell us. But there's some things, like, there's another TikTok. We're just gonna be talking about TikTok drama all day. That other, and you know which couple I'm gonna talk about. Oh my god, what's her name?
The gay couple.
The Narali?
I don't know
how to say her name. I don't know how to say it.
That got that, like,
face tattoo of her baby daddy, like, on her cheek, bro. Like, has 3 of them.
Yeah.
All over her face. She's losing her mind. Have you seen her lately? Have you seen her lately?
It's gotten worse? Lately? Last time I checked, it was horrible.
Like, recently, it's just, like, getting
she's been
more.
Losing her mind.
But, like, recently.
She's not losing. She lost it.
It's gone.
It's gone.
It's gone.
It's gone.
But it's like, right now, it's like, it was, I just saw one.
I feel like that's fake too. I feel like they're faking it.
I want to believe they're faking
because
it.
Because I've seen videos of them and it's actually insane.
Like, I want to believe it only because I
like
saw
the other person will degrade
her.
them on and just to post
fully just being like, treating them like a dog, like full and on like an animal, and doesn't. And the thing is, and what's even more sad is that the girl just simply just does not care. Like, she just doesn't seem to care at all.
Like ruining her face, her like.
Bro, she was so pretty before.
I know.
She was such a pretty, normal looking 20-year-old girl. Like, she looked so pretty and normal.
Sick.
And this girl, like, completely ruined her life. Like, just sent her down a spiral. Because this last video I was seeing was, like,
she
a live.
enjoys it at this point.
She completely is eating it
I
up.
heard that someone came out saying, like, their cousin or something saying that it was fake, that they were faking it. But then it's like, you really changed your image.
But
like, you look different. Like, you have tattoos on your face, bro. Like
four
what's going on?
Four, like, tattoos all around.
But I saw the other
neck.
person, like, had a whole new girlfriend. Like, it was like...
She's constantly cheating on her. So that's but it's also, she was on a live with, not her mom, but basically her mother-in-law, I guess. So it's like her baby daddy's mom. Mm-hmm. So the abusive one's mom was there and begging her not to dye her hair because she's sitting there putting bleach in her hair again.
Yeah.
And she's already bleached her hair so many times. Her hair's basically like dead fried. And the mom is literally, not her mother, is like begging her to stop. And she's like, I don't care, like lathering on like
that's what I'm saying. Like, she looks insane.
I'm laughing, but it's like not funny. Like, it's not
I wonder
funny.
if the internet made her insane too, though.
Maybe the comments, the
they
way
probably
people
egged
get,
her on, and now she's like, oh, money, and like, I'm insane. This is who I am. Like, I don't know. Sometimes it could get to people's heads. Like, we don't know. This is the new generation.
So scary.
Of social
like, I
media.
would really like to have a conversation with her.
I'd be terrified.
Oh, I'd be horrified
because I feel like I'd be trying to give her advice and be like, you need to go.
Oh, I wouldn't give her advice.
I'd be like, get out of this.
You'd give her advice?
I'd be like,
she's not listening to you.
Exactly. She'd get mad. She wouldn't
I would just listen to her. I would just truly want to listen to her for just like an hour or so.
You wouldn't be able to hide your facial expressions. You'd be
I wouldn't, and I'd get my ass beat. She'd probably throw me around because she'd lose her mind. By the way,
this is the love of my life.
She's like, why are you looking at us like this?
Are you checking them out? My man.
Bro, like, take your man all the way to the grave then. I don't know either of their names.
I don't remember.
I know
either.
one that is like I know how it's looked out, like how it's spelled or whatever. Like I can like see it in my head.
Both of them. I feel like the other one starts with a K.
I thought it was an L.
Maybe L. I don't know.
Couldn't tell you.
But like if you just know, it's like it's the
can't
couple
miss 'em.
one with the face tats. Didn't at one point she have neon green hair?
That's, I think, when her video blew up, when she first got the tat, it was, like, green hair, but, like, I'm sure you've all seen it. Like, I feel like there's no way you missed it when that video came out, because I feel like everyone saw.
And then she just would start going on lives.
It's probably one of the hardest things to see, like, people crying on social media. And, like, even though a lot of it is valid reasons, it's, like, trauma stories. Like, they're trauma dumping. But it's also, it's like, part of me is like, I would love to hug you right now because you're also making me very sad about your situation. Like, I would love to hug you, but it's like, can't do anything. Like, you need to get help for this.
No,
like,
exactly. And that's the thing about, like, people that are also just, like, long-term on social media. It's like, there's a point where some people don't really have, like, actual friends. Like, all they have to speak to is the internet. And a lot of people are like, oh, like, why are people posting this? But it's at the same time, it's like, that's kind of all they know, and this is the only social interactions they get. So, like, but then at the end of the day, it doesn't really help them because the internet's also dangerous and trolls, and they're going to be mean.
You're going to get half comments supporting you, hopefully more than half, I would hope.
Or all bad.
Or all trolling you and trying to turn your situation into the complete opposite and make you feel like you're not even the victim anymore.
Yeah. So
like, it was your fault.
That's what I'm saying.
So
like,
it's like...
I'm telling you, the internet's a scary place.
It's awful. I saw like a interview of Billie Eilish like saying that like, she was genuinely like crying because for the first time in years she actually had friends, like genuine friends around her.
Oh, I saw
and
that.
I saw that. And it's like, I get that. Like, that's probably very hard. Like, not having people you can actually trust.
Especially in that light. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't know.
In any life, it's hard having people you can't trust around.
No,
you.
I'm not life in that light. Like,
no,
you know what I mean? Because people
saying,
know who you are, so like
it's hard to.
Like, but yeah,
it's like hard, like trusting people and like having and like it's like sad that people like a lot of people don't have those. Like a lot of people don't have that. If you guys don't know, the Olympics are happening in Paris like next month, I believe, sometime soon. My dad's going. He always works the Olympics, events and stuff. So. Apparently, the French people are in the river because
let's say cacaing.
They're cacaing the people in Paris are cacaing in the Seine River because the I don't know what it's called like over there. Is it the prime minister or the president? I don't know what it's called in French. Whatever their
mayor,
top dog is. They said they were going
to
yes.
Okay.
Said they were going to swim in it to prove that it's clean for the swimmers of the Seine race.
No,
and it's not clean because there's been multiple studies showing that the water's the probably worst to like
That's
even touch your skin.
disgusting.
Like they were literally, girls were showing like videos like just walking by it, and they're like, it's greener than it's showing right now in this video. I promise you that.
I'm sure people measure like the pH and stuff.
Oh, 100%.
Like,
It's so easy to do that. And the fact that like I just can't believe like they won't listen and be like, I'm just gonna swim in to prove that it's dirty. So they're setting up like there's a clock going on, so people in France around that are not in Paris there's a clock that says what time to go use the bathroom and poop to make sure it goes down the river by the time they get in the water.
That's
Funny.
It's
just so funny that they're really like going that extra
They're
mile
trying
to
to-
make sure everyone does it and like just like polluting the water more just to prove a point. Like it was already dirty and you're really just about to go, like you're risking all the swimmers of the Olympics trying to put them in there. You're trying to prove a point so badly. You're going to go in there.
Is the mayor, prime minister, whatever it is, I'm just going to say mayor because I don't know.
Yeah.
Is it a woman?
I believe it's a man. I believe it's a man. I could be wrong, but
this is definitely foreshadowing the movie.
It was okay because when we recently watched Under Paris, we watched it separately. Brie had told me to watch it.
It's so good.
It was really good. If you haven't seen it, definitely watch it. It's basically what I just said. But with
sharks.
But with sharks. It's the fact of the mayor, the prime minister, whatever, in Paris not believing that there were sharks in the Seine River, and then
she just wants for the money, for the
wants
campaign,
the
like,
race to go on.
Swimmers, like, this is my beautiful city, like,
and everyone got eaten.
Yeah,
everyone's gonna get a disease basically if they get in that water.
Yeah, no, they definitely came out with that at the perfect time too. They knew exactly what they were doing.
Because this has been going on for a while.
Yeah, that stuff could like it's very bad. Like you could get a lot of
like
disease. It's gross.
Swimmers from every country. Like you're infecting every country basically.
I feel
like
they have to be smart enough to know that they are not gonna go in. Like they're, you know what I mean? Like,
but the thing is, like, the Olympics are being held there. Like things are already in place. Like the way the money is already put in for stuff.
That's why. And that's just like the movie. It's like because the money, it's already paid for.
Billions of dollars went into hosting the Olympics there, I'm sure.
People are so stupid. It's money hungry pigs.
The thing is, this world is run by money, and it's just so
they don't
sick
care.
That they won't just care a little bit more about the humans.
Yeah.
Just a little bit more about the people.
I need to watch that video.
No, yes, you do, because it's actually crazy.
That's sick.
And it's also sick that the way, like, I was watching another video, when humans are worried about that, like, climate change is going to, like, wipe out the planet, the planet will be here, we will be gone. Climate change is going to ruin the humans. Yeah. It's not going to ruin the planet. The planet will survive. The planet is very strong. The planet will be fine. Yeah. We will be gone. And that's what people aren't getting. And they don't care at all.
In the city, they have a countdown.
I don't like looking at it. They have a countdown for doomsday clock. It's literally a doomsday clock.
Because I remember one time I was like, what is that? And somebody said,
oh, yeah, it was when we were up there.
Yeah.
And I didn't know you didn't know that was there. And I was like, Brie, it's literally a doomsday clock. It's literally counting down to when they think climate change will literally take us out.
It's not funny.
It's not funny at all because it literally makes me so nauseated every time I go see it because I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
Yeah.
Because it only has like 15 years left on that clock, bro. To think about it, there's only 15 years left on that clock saying that we're literally destroying this planet so quickly.
It's the way Antarctica looks right now and the way that like things are growing there that like first of all it should be all ice. Like it just doesn't make sense. We're speaking as there was a heat wave today too. It's so freaking hot.
Bro, we'll be like 45 and the world will be like withering away.
It already is.
It is.
It already is. Like think about the seasons, bro. We don't even have seasons anymore.
That too.
And we just keep moving on day by day.
Because we have to.
Because we have to. And it's just like...
And that's why when people are like, oh, you want to have kids, you want to get married. I'm like, why?
Why? A lot of people's answers is like the reason why is because it's like, what is the point?
Bring them why would I bring them in this world? To do what? When the whole planet comes crashing down?
Miserable because the world is going to...
And we can't support them financially because it literally takes an arm and a leg to support a child basically now. You can't afford anything.
Have you seen that meme? It's like, man, I knew it. I should have bought that house when I was in first grade. And that was probably the best time in our generation, like our age range, that it was the best time to buy a house. Which is just, because who the hell, what first grader is going to buy a house? But it's just like, it's, you know, it's funny because it's like, it's funny and sad, but it's the truth.
And it's the way that they'll tell us that it's like, oh, you're wasting your money leasing, you're wasting your money renting. Babe, we can't afford to buy.
Yeah, it
like,
makes no sense.
There's only a very, very, very select group of people who can afford to buy. And it's just crazy because there is money out there. There's so much of it. There's so much of it.
I feel like
it's
at the end of the day, it's with the wrong people,
it's
too.
with
and
the
being
wrong
put
people,
in the wrong things.
And they're just, they have their own plans in mind. And they're just worried about themselves and, like, the upper class. So it's like, even if they save the world, it's going to be a world for them, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
they probably already have their
They have a plan. They have, like, a little
Come
hatch
on, all
system.
these movies we watch that, like, it's like, oh, they know something.
You'll probably have to get, like, a little chip card in your eye, so that way only them will be let into this new world, like, once shit goes down. Do you know what I mean? Like, all the elite have, like, a plan set in place. No, because
you know that one movie, was it Don't Look Up? Did you watch that?
Yeah.
And I remember at the end when they all ended up on that one planet, okay.
I don't think I watched it then.
Okay.
Planet? I don't know what you're talking about.
The world ended, and the one lady kept saying, she was like worked for like NASA or whatever. She kept saying like, you guys are not listening, and everyone was just like making memes and jokes about it. She was like, no, like it's literally because we're not taking care of the earth. Like it's literally a reflection of like exactly what.
Yeah.
And then the rich people though, like obviously got away. It's a comedy. It's funny.
Yeah.
I don't want to say the ending honestly, but if you watch that, you know.
Okay. Yeah. I don't think I watched that one.
We should watch it
We watched
tonight.
a lot of
with
End of the
Leonardo
World.
DiCaprio, Jennifer Lawrence, Timothy Chalamet was in it.
I never finished that one. I know what you're talking about. I never finished it. I started it. I remember with you, and something happened, and we paused it.
You probably fell asleep.
No, I think we paused it because we had to do something. Like we had started it randomly, but.
It's a good movie. And it's a comedy, too, at the same time, so it's a good watch.
I never finished
But, like,
it.
the way it ended, if you know, you know, I feel like that's so realistic. Because most rich people are stupid.
That, too. Too. And it's also, it's just scary. I'm like, I don't know. You
can't think too much about it.
The thing is, you would think this generation would be able to fix it. Because
I feel like
we really could. Like, we have this, like, I'm not trying to gas us up, but like we have this like insightful look out into the world. Like we do care about the world a little bit more. We do have that want for things to be
compared
better.
Compared to
the older
generations
and
the millennials.
100%.
Yeah, 100%.
Like I was talking to my mom about something, and oh my god, she said, she was talking about some guy, like trying to fix me up with some guy. Oh wait. I'm just a little story, Mama. Don't get too mad. It was just about how she had recommended someone. Like she was talking about someone, and she was like, oh, they have like 5 brothers. And I was like, all boys? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, no.
Red flag.
Nah. I was like, that's a red flag. I literally said, I'm like, that's a red flag. She's like, why? And I was like, they've never, like, they don't know what it's like to be around women. They don't know how to speak to women. Like, it's just
it's not so much red flag, but it's a green flag when they grew up around sisters.
It is. And no, because I literally pulled out a perfect example. She has just sisters and 1 brother. And I was like, why is he so sweet and respectable?
No,
why?
Yeah.
Why? He literally has 3 sisters. Is all women in the house. Yeah. He literally had nowhere to stray. They have 5 brothers in the house. What do you think is going to happen? They're fighting all the time.
Oh, God.
Toxic masculinity all up in the house. Literally, he doesn't know how to not argue, probably. That's where my mind went. I'm sorry. Like, if there's 5 brothers, he'd probably put his hands on me. And I probably won't be able to defend myself.
It's true.
Like, realistically. And my mom was like, you're right. I never thought of it that way. And then she thought about, like, she just has sisters and 1 brother. She was like, oh, yeah. And she was like, how do you know all these things? And I was like, our generation has just done a very good job of making sure that, like, we know more.
Yeah.
Like, we just want to know more.
I mean, people have said, like, oh, Gen Z is going to be the one to save, like, us.
I
hope.
Know what I mean? I really hope. We could. We have, like, it's also because we have, like...
We're definitely more progressive.
Have no fear, in a way. Like, we don't fear, like... things the same way, like
exactly,
like the authority, like we don't care about authority and like who's higher up, like we really don't care. Yeah, we don't care just because you have more money. Like we really don't care what you like. That doesn't matter to us.
Yeah, that's true.
So I feel like we really should be able to.
Yeah, who knows what the world's gonna be like 10 years
like
from now?
2 years. Give it a year. The whole world could literally like on an axis. Like it's so quick. Think about this last year. How like everything has just gone to shit.
Well, what do you mean?
The last 7 months, a whole war is going on right now. So it's like, I honestly can't even tell you what's going to happen in the next 3 months.
Yeah. I mean, besides the last 7 months, it's also happening in multiple other places constantly. But thankfully for our generation, like, we're speaking up more about it. So
we
people
can see
know.
it.
We can see it happening.
We have footage.
Most of the time, we never see it.
That is the one good thing I will say about social media.
Yeah.
We're able to see what's going on. Like, we don't have to
Yeah.
rely solely on the news
Yeah.
to see what's going on.
And the
because
news
we
is
wouldn't know anything then.
The news, they put whatever they want.
Exactly. We wouldn't know what's really going on.
No, yeah, exactly.
So it's like if it wasn't for those people in those places recording it, posting it,
Right.
we wouldn't see it.
Directly.
Like, we really wouldn't see it. We wouldn't know anything.
Yeah. I can't trust anything on news outlets.
No, not at all. Because even if it is the truth, it's just like a variation of someone's truth.
Yeah.
And it's just not
And
real.
you can listen to the same, like, news topic on 2 different news stations, and they will portray it in a different way, too. So
depending on, like,
that
how
just
they
goes to
view
show-
things.
Yeah. Or,
'Cause
like,
it's all
where it
biased.
was. Yeah, it is.
All news is biased.
I remember one time I put on the news, and I honestly got, like, sick.
It's depressing. It's so
Like, I got
it's the way
nauseous.
the way they word things.
And this is why our parents, like, if they watch
They're
that shit,
stressed.
like, they
get stressed
you
because,
gotta
like,
turn that crap off.
my dad has been watching the news for years. Like, literally, that's
No.
all he has playing in his
Yeah,
ears.
that's
And
not
I'm
good.
like,
That's not
that's
good.
why you have such a fear about everything.
That's
It's
how I
because
grew.
the news is literally telling you to be afraid of everything.
Yeah.
They're telling you, and you're believing them.
What do you mean?
Is there a cat on the floor scratching at something, or is there something in our walls?
There's something in our walls right now.
No!
There's something in our walls. Like,
There's a
no
rat. That's a rat. That's a full-on rat in our walls, Brianna.
Or maybe somebody lives here. Right?
That was that wall. I heard the noise coming from that side. It was not from this side. It was from that
right
side.
here.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Knock. See if they answer. I think it was a rat. It was a rat.
Maybe it was the rain.
The rain don't sound like that. That's what it sounded like.
Yeah, it was like scratching.
It was scratching. It was like clawing.
A rat or a raccoon.
Don't tell me a raccoon.
There is raccoons in this
I'm
neighborhood.
horrified of the raccoons, bro. That one that was outside we were walking.
One time Hidaya was like, "Oh, look at the little cat," and we're like walking closer to it. It was a raccoon.
Yeah, because we always have black cats just passing by in our cul all the time. He was just standing in the middle of the street, so I was like,
and
oh
I've
my God,
never
Brie,
seen.
I like
No,
it.
yeah, I remember looking close, like
No, because it was
like,
a little awkward because it was
like,
big. It was
it
big. I
was-
was like, that's a big
oh,
cat.
wow, look at that beautiful cat.
I was ready
Let's
to go
take
pet
him
it. I was
home.
ready to go pet
No,
it,
yeah,
bro.
exactly. We're about to cross the street. We're like, okay, well, we're not.
We
gonna
did
cross now.
basically. We went and then
We ended
Like,
up
we started
to, and then we were like, yeah, no, let's wait till the end.
phobia trigger warning. It's about
Skip
to get
this
deep.
if
Few of them. We're gonna talk about a few different ones.
Yeah,
I don't know what would bother some people, so just move along.
One thing I never told you was about my dad and his phobia.
No, yeah, because you had brought it up
recently,
briefly.
and you're like, wait, what? I was like, we'll save it for the next episode. He has a deep, like, a serious phobia.
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 He has a serious phobia.
He has a phobia of cotton balls.
That I would like to know because like I'm so like I want to just throw a ball of cotton balls at him and just see what happens.
He will freak out.
Like there's no way he's
He
literally a
will
6'3" man. Like he's a giant.
He
Cotton balls.
He says he's not like petrified as like there's like if you search up the phobia like there's people like on like not Murray Show but yeah Murray Show and like all those
Dr.
and like they
Phil and stuff and like
all
that,
stuff
yeah.
all stuff like that and they bring in like a thing of cotton balls and the people start screaming bloody
That's
murder
what I'm
off
saying.
stage.
Like, that's
and,
how I imagine your
like
dad
they
now.
think they're gonna die.
Like that's how I imagine him.
But that's how I always make him like seem like. But he's just like stop.
How he gets.
And
how
like
he
he'll like
gets.
you know what I mean.
gets
But
to
yeah,
it.
he doesn't like it. He says it's the way it sounds.
I get that.
And it's the way it feels.
I
and it
get that
sounds like
sometimes. I could get that. I do get it. I wouldn't call it a phobia. I would.
No.
No, for me, like I'm saying, like I get what
Oh,
he means.
yeah.
Like I get the sound. Like I get that. So it's a little. I get like that with like chalk. Like the way the chalk sound. Oh, it makes my skin crawl.
did you just
Makes my skin. Like I literally get goosebumps when I think of it. Like cat scratching on a chalkboard. Like I'm like shaking. Like look at your face.
It's
Like you're
hurting my
shivering.
ears.
Like
It's hurting my ears right now. Okay, stop. Like let's not talk about like cat scratch. No, but
where did
yeah.
it stem from? Where did he get
I
this
don't
phobia?
know. Ever since I was little, I used to make fun of him since I was like 5
Did something
years
happen?
old.
Like he had to have a traumatic situation with them.
Not always. Some people are
Really?
just weird. And like,
I feel like-
it's funny because I remember Zach would always have to put, my stepmom would always have to put like the cotton
it's
balls like deep on her side of the sink. He he doesn't want a jump scare. When I was little, I used to mess around too much and like put cotton balls in places, like, and he would be like, "Stop! Who did this?" Like he would get pissed.
No, because now like next time I go there, I want to like hide them like under his pillow. Just
he called me the other day because where he was sleeping, and he has been for months, in the girls' extra room, whatever. And I guess like there's like a storage thing right behind it, and it's like these 2 big bags of cotton balls, and he goes, "Did you put this here? Did you put this here last time you were here?" And he was like, he like turns the camera like slowly and to like show it. I'm like dying laughing. I'm like, I didn't put that there. He goes, "I've been sleeping next to that for months. Like that's why I haven't been sleeping well." And like literally,
no, it's because you're on a cot on the floor, bro. Like that's why you're not sleeping well.
No, literally. And I'm just like, no, you should like throw a cotton ball at him.
I want to.
When Halloween time comes around. When Halloween time comes around, you know the spider web thing?
Yes.
The cotton thing? He can't have that.
Oh, I'm literally just picking up a bag of cotton balls. That's going to be the whole...
We didn't have that decorated on our house for the Halloween party.
That would literally just like send him into like a whole like fetal position, I bet. I need to see this. Like I need to see him like screaming. Like I'm gonna record it.
He gets mad. Like he gets angry.
I would do it.
I could see you dying laughing.
Oh, I'd be dying. I would not care at all because he's so big, and it's just
like it's like
no, we've got
to keep your distance and throw it.
No, literally,
no, then he'll start chasing.
No, yeah, because we've gotten to that relationship point where he would start chasing me. He'll give no. He's gonna start throwing shit back at me. I know it. But so no, I can see him like picking up something I'm afraid of, like the snakes or something, like chasing me.
Oh yeah, he would.
To like with me.
Yeah, he would.
Because he knows like I don't like that.
Yeah.
I know how Brie reacts to things, so it's like I know her dad's just like on 10. So it's like
he's a Florida man.
Do you have any phobias? Or like things that like severely creep you out? Like it's like really eerie. It's like
besides cockroach, like obviously cockroach is like a big deal. Like I can't. I don't even want to like think about it. And it's like not for all bugs. Like it's specifically cockroach. I think like Florida just genuinely ruined me because I was scared of them. I hated them. Obviously,
it was just the last 2 years.
But right before I moved up here, it was the cockroach going in my suitcase incident. Yeah. But anyways, besides that, I don't know. I feel like it's the typical things, like you said, nails on chalkboard. Like I can deal with it, but I'm not like gonna like.
You know which one of them's? I don't know the word for it, but like I've seen the pictures and like
with the holes.
Yes, that one could really get me. Like that one could really like. Right. It's like really eerie and creepy. Look like the one on the hands.
Okay, listen to me. Listen to me. I am not fearful of that. Fear. I don't have that phobia. It's a phobia. It's like triphobia. It's not my
phobia. Yeah.
I wasn't. And I remember on a whole American Horror Story season, the one lady had that phobia. And every time I would see it on screen, I was fine. But then when I started seeing the holes in the body parts, that's what got me. Because
that's what gets me.
I feel like I can feel it. I can feel it on my skin.
Yeah.
And I don't like that.
That and spiders will really do it for me. Oh, the spiders crawling into the holes. I feel like phobia is like, it's a very serious term. Like, I feel like I can't like throw out phobia because it's like, I have killed spiders before. It's like, if I have to do it, I'll do it. Phobia is like, they won't even do it. Like, they're running.
That's why I think I do now with the cockroach. Because I used to be able to kill, and now, like, I can't. I'd rather just let it, like I will start crying. Oh my God, I'm going to start crying.
Like, some of the spiders, like, if they're high up, it's like, you know, whatever. But, like, the minute it comes low, like, I have to get rid of it.
It's a fear.
The fear of it getting into my body horrifies me. But I don't know if this is a phobia, but, like, I recently was watching, I was rewatching Euphoria just to, like, pass time. And it was a scene of her, like, it was when she was doing, when Rue was doing season 2. I don't know if you remember that. It was when she went to that drug dealer and, like, she gave it to her.
Close-up of it?
Yeah,
Needles?
Yeah. It was that needle. Bro, and it's like, I didn't think, like, I don't have a phobia of, like, getting, like a shot or, like, drawing blood. Like, I don't have a problem with needles. But watching it, oh, it irks me out. It really makes me, like, I don't know if you heard me, Brie. I was literally in my room going, like, oh, no. I was like, ew. I was having to, like, look away because, and I realized that every single time it has to do with needles or something, I get very, very grossed out. It's, like, really, really sick to me. Like, it's also the way in the shows it's, like, having to do with drug use. So it's, like, very aggressive. It's, like, very, like, pushing.
That episode was insane,
It was really insane.
I mean, yeah. That, you see, hospital stuff like that stuff like
surgery. I could watch someone get their body doesn't do anything.
But you can't watch a needle.
Don't know why. Like that's what I'm trying to say. Like I don't really understand it,
so
Brie. I don't understand it. But that scene, like, it was so hard to watch. It was so hard to watch.
That's so interesting.
I don't know why. Like I've watched surgical.
You know what's funny? I remember when we first watched. I remember it bothered you too. The very first time around. Yeah.
And I was surprised it bothered me the same way this time.
No, yeah, then it's definitely. I'm gonna have to. I was thinking about rewatching, but then I was like.
No, yeah, because it was actually one of the only shows that I have never really rewatched. Yeah. That's why I was like, let me just rewatch it. And it's like been a while. Yeah. And I never rewatched the season 2. Like I always at least watch something twice. That's such a tick of mine. You do. I always at least twice. Like there's nothing I have not seen.
That's the bare minimum.
That's the bare minimum. That's what I'm saying. Like there's nothing in this world I think I have not seen at least twice.
Guys, I finally got Hidaya watching Killing Eve because I've been finished that. Oh yeah. And now she's watching it. We just finished season 1.
I just started it last night. I already finished season 1. I'm very quick with it.
It's an easy show to binge.
It's like I'm also very quick with anything I watch. Yeah. Like I go through it really quickly. Yeah. Unless it's, I think there's one thing. I was really quick with this too, and the fact that like you're never quick. You're never that quick. You are never that quick. You never finish a show that quickly. Like I swear to God, Brie, you take forever to finish anything that you're watching by yourself. Yeah. Because like cause she doesn't watch while she gets ready. Like I watch while I'm doing my makeup. Like I always have the show on. Like Brie didn't used to do, like she always like she'll take her breaks throughout the day. Like I have stuff playing as background music to me.
Yeah, you like
Brie. She was doing that with this show. Like I was watching, and you were like, it was
everywhere
playing,
I was doing.
Constantly, you were taking it to the kitchen to cook, and I was like, she's
makeup,
doing what
bathroom,
I do. No, you were literally doing what I was doing, and it was so funny to see because I was like, Brie's never done this.
Because I really love that show, bro. That's why I'm glad we
rewatching it. No, but it's just the way that I do that too, so it was just funny.
Yeah, you're a binger. You know what's funny? When I think of shows and Hidaya, I think of Friends, Office, Big Bang, Sex and the City, like those old school like sitcoms.
That's
and,
weird.
Like, comedies.
Okay, because it's weird that you said the last 2 because those are 2 things that I've watched in this apartment recently for the first time, full through.
New Girl.
I would have said, like...
But still, like...
No, yeah. But, like, How I Met Your Mother's more, like... I was watching
How I Met Your Mother, that, too. But even if, like, you just started watching that, it's the same... vibe as those. So I put it all together. No, like, yeah. That's the vibe I, like, of it. Like, if you were in a TV show, I see you in something like that.
100%, because that's what I grew up watching. That's genuinely what my mom was watching. So it's like... Yeah. I grew up watching The Big Bang Theory. Didn't finish it when I was a kid, so I recently started it and finished... all 12 seasons.
I heard Young Sheldon's really
good. Bro, can you believe I finished 12 seasons of that?
That's actually, I
24 episodes each season.
You just started.
I just started it before I went on my trip, and when I came back, I like within a week I was finished with it. Because they're also 20 minutes each. They're like 25 minutes each, so it's like really quick. But it's like I love stupid little I love short sitcoms. Like I love funny things. First of all, like I'll always pick a comedy. You know that over anything we have to watch. I like to laugh. Like I just want something I can laugh at. I just don't like things where I have to cry too much or I'll end up crying because like there's one movie that always gets me, Blindside.
Oh my gosh, Sandra Bullock?
Yes.
Because that's like one of the OGs.
It's like I feel like that was like the first movie when I was a kid that like made me sob, and I was so sad, and every time I watched it I would cry over and over. And like My Sister's Keeper, watched that when I was a kid.
That movie was so sad.
Oh my god, it just made me sob.
Those are like the old school OG first sad movies when we were like really young. That's why it hits, because we were like really young when we watched it.
And like I feel like sometimes when you'll put on a movie and it's like I'll see like you crying, or it's like I haven't been able to cry lately at these movies. Like none of these movies are like hitting where it's like I want to cry. Like I think the last movie that made me really really sad where I like probably shed a tear was like it's because we watched it like recently. It was I think it was like The Hate You Give. Yeah, The Hate You Give. Like, that made me really sad.
That was a little while ago.
That was like a little while. Like, that was, I think that was the last movie that made me cry. Like, and I was, like, sad.
Yeah.
Okay, we haven't watched a movie recently that made me sad that I cried. And I miss that, though. Because it's like...
I'm trying to think. I don't know what movie I've cried in last.
Actually, like, the two cakes, that one.
That
had
me bawling.
Yeah,
that was probably the last movie I cried.
Yeah, that was the last movie,
I that's when I was actually bawling for a movie.
Yeah.
But shows, I'll tear up on certain scenes. Like I teared up at the
That's
ending
true.
of Killing Eve.
I teared up,
But
at
that's
the
just
scene in
because
Big Bang.
That's what I'm saying. I tear up in like TV shows a lot, but it's
Yeah.
I don't know
because it's like you like are watching this character for seasons, so it's like
yeah,
you
that's
build
why.
a connection,
So it's like,
and it's
exactly,
like you've been
exactly.
there.
But I feel like there was another movie recently, like a movie that I was crying.
Was it One Day?
That's the TV show.
Oh, that was a show. Right.
That I teared up as well.
Yeah, that's
know.
what I'm saying. Yeah.
Um,
that was sad because the ending was sad.
The ending was sad. That was very sad.
I don't even cry. We did cry.
Oh my gosh,
we did
so
cry
sad.
at that. I will say a movie that I think about all the time, and I mentioned it to someone recently because like anytime I think about it, physically makes me nauseous and ill.
What?
You know what movie? Requiem for a Dream.
Oh, yeah.
Physically ill and
cry.
nauseous.
I don't cry.
I don't cry. No.
It's...
I don't cry. I get sick. I feel sick, Brie. Do you remember the first time when we watched it? I don't know if you remembered how I was reacting.
I told you when we were watching, I was like, this is a movie you watch once and you can't watch again.
Didn't we watch it twice?
No, we didn't finish it.
No.
I watched it twice.
I watched it a second time with like
why
on the big TV with like with our roommates, Brie. We watched it again because they hadn't watched it. One of them hadn't watched it, and we ended up watching it again with them. So you watched it 3 times.
I don't think I watched it that third time.
Yes, you did. There's no way I watched it alone.
Well, that would have been my 4th time.
Oh, so maybe I did watch it alone with her. Maybe I told her because I was like, it made me so nauseous. She was like, let me see.
No, because remember we were binging.
We were watching it in my room.
Movies.
Yeah, it was right when we moved into the last apartment.
Remember that one movie, Gumbo?
Gumbo?
And it was that? And it was like that kid with the bunny ears, and like it was like that town in Ohio or something in the middle of nowhere, and like they were like weird things going on in that town.
The thing is, we watched so many movies. There's a point where we were watching like so many random movies. I don't remember that one.
Bro, it was so weird. And I remember I always wanted to watch it. No clue what it was about, but I always want to watch it because that one kid that always rides his bike and he's like mute, like he can't talk at all, and he like wears like these bunny ears, and I remember he was always riding like, but that's always like been like a picture on Tumblr or like a GIF. I remember
that because I remember that, and I remember you talking about that. And it was like
it was just filming of this town. There was no like plot in the movie, and I was like, it was crazy because when I watched it, I was like, I thought this was like some Tumblr movie.
No, I feel like I do remember because it was around the time when we were watching like the house that Jack built, right?
No, we watched that at our first apartment.
Oh, did we?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, we did.
I remember.
Oh, that movie was sick.
That was crazy. We watched
you made me watch
Kids?
No, you made me watch Kids at the second apartment with the 13. You made me watch at the first apartment. What's that scary clown on Halloween? Like that.
It?
No, the one that saw.
Yes.
What was that movie called?
Terrifier.
They
came out with a part 2.
I know, and I wanted to watch it. And I told you I wanted to watch it.
Because
and
what's
like,
crazy is we didn't even know there was a Terrifier 2. I remember I watched it over quarantine, the first movie, and I remember it was so sick, and I was like, oh, let's watch this sick movie. And
that also made me nauseous. That scene made me. I have to look away. I actually looked away because the fact that they were showing all of it, I probably would have thrown up seeing all of that.
Yeah, and the fact. So when they came out that there was a second one, and I remember it was a movie theater. Remember when it was trending because people were seizing and throwing up in the movie theaters?
Yes.
And it makes sense because
the way the
first one was.
We have to watch it.
I'm sure it's on something now.
I think we should watch it tonight.
Oh my gosh.
Because realistically, I can't. Like we have to.
We're sick. Like we like can't watch things, but we have to watch.
Like we know that it's going to ruin us, and it'll probably like traumatize us a little bit, and we'll be sitting here a year later being like, "Why did we watch that?"
Yeah.
But we have to because it's like. We can't not watch it.
Yeah, what the heck?
There's like so many movies like within the last few years since we moved up here that Bree's been like, you have to watch because the fact that you haven't seen it, and it's like all these movies.
To see it.
There's no like, it's not like I had to see it, but it's like I had to see it. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I could have lived my life without.
Do you want your frontal lobe to be developed or not?
I think this is stunting my frontal lobe development. If we're being honest,
because you learn things.
Yeah, I learned
how sick the world is. You gotta.
I learned how sick directors are, and the fact that like these are just people who are able to do this freely and not be put in jail because it's like yes, they had these thoughts. They had these thoughts. They basically executed it in front of an audience. Well, we're paying to watch it.
Some of these movies, it's actual real people. They're not actors and actors, and like they just like film around.
Oh yeah.
And that's what makes it like even sicker.
It's sick. Like that movie we watched, Climax, that French film.
Oh my gosh.
Like, what? Like, I know that wasn't, like, a real production studio. Like, I know it was not, like, a legit, like, full-on, like,
I think
big
they definitely
brand.
were, like,
it was, like, an
on
underground little low
Yeah.
budget. They just had, like, a little group on an offset
Was
thing.
it, though? No, I think it was, like, a very famous, like, French.
Oh, was it?
I think it is.
Is it?
I think so. Climax? That was a good
Actually,
movie.
I think
I
you're
think
right.
it was. I think it
you're right.
was.
I think
That was a good movie.
It was a very, very, also, heart-wrenching. Like, there's so much going on. Like, I could not breathe the entire movie
It's
because things kept
because-
happening. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, things kept happening. And also, if, like, you haven't seen this movie, it's, like, Climax is about, like, it's basically a dancing school, like a dancing academy. Everyone there is tripping. They're all tripping
and
on
they all
acid.
don't know.
And they didn't know they were going to be.
It was
like, they
in
all
the
got
juice,
laced. They
and
got
didn't
laced.
know. So the whole
it's just a
time,
group
it's
of
just
people tripping.
It's
It's
just
like
their
they're-
whole trip, the whole
And
movie.
it's scary, and it's like kind of scary because it's like a kid is there, and it's like you don't want a kid there when there's like a bunch of people, and it's like a bunch of people's minds. Like everyone has their own mind, so it's like
Oh my
people
God.
have bad reactions,
And
people
also-
go crazy. It's like it's scary.
Also, it's not like they're taking like a normal dosage. Like
they were
imagine,
drinking
like,
it. Also, it's like they didn't
drinking
even
it,
know. Like
that
they're drinking
it's-
cups of it, like multiple doses of it. Like who knows? But like it's sick.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if I can watch that again. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't know if that's a movie I can rewatch because it's like too much.
I don't know if I can
It's
either.
too
It's like
much.
not. I felt sick after that night.
Right? It was sick.
I remember. I feel like we put something on happy after.
we had
that.
to because we wouldn't be able to fall asleep without it.
Yeah,
like it was
no.
actually like
I felt like I was tripping.
I felt like I was there. Like I felt like I was there and I was stuck in that room screaming for help, like to be let out.
my
Like
gosh,
honestly.
Oh my gosh.
Ah, great movie though. Highly recommend.
Yeah, if you haven't watched it, you have to because
gotta
how could you
watch
not
it.
watch it? Anywho,
Grow your frontal lobe.
we're gonna go watch a movie now.
Just traumatize us. But we hope you enjoyed us basically ranting about just our thoughts today.
Yep.
Just a bunch of thoughts. We love you guys. We hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe.
Do what you gotta do.
Do what you do, guys. See you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Like, you know when you're talking so much, you start salivating?
Because
like,
when people do that, bro, I swear they're like a freaking dog. I'm like, you're freaking foaming out the mouth. Like, you're like... Bro, it's the people who get so passionate about when they're talking. It's always men, too. They literally start, like,
When they start
foaming at the mouth.
mansplaining,
Yeah.
they start.
Oh my
foaming
god,
at the
because
mouth.
Kyle, like, what did he like mansplaining to me one time, and I wanted to punch him in the face.